Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining into the Dungeon Podcast. The Gods Are Dead. I hope you enjoy the game. If you are interested in any of our other content before or after we're done, perhaps you search through Google us during the game because you will love it so much. And if you want to do that, you can go to patreon.com/into the dungeon, or you can go to inthedungeon.com and you can find all that wonderful content for your viewing and listening pleasure. We are also on other platforms as well, like YouTube and Apple, iTunes, and Play Store, and Spotify. So definitely check us out there, guys. But before I talk too much about how wonderful we are, we're going to have a recap. And
don't do this to me, guys.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do a D4. So Terry will be 1. Sire will be 2. Char 3, Lord of Edge 4. Oh God, I dropped it. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Does anyone want to volunteer?
Why?
I got a Lord of Edge.
No. The dice have spoken. I taunted them, and they have rebuked me, and I will accept my punishment. So, last time we went on our way to get some red moss for medicinal purposes only.
The Bartholomew Jenkins request.
At Bartholomew Jenkins request. Osire actually kind of had a pretty good idea where we're going, and we decided to stop by and visit his very sweet parents. Got to learn a little bit about him, that he came from a barrel in the river. Did some investigating during the night. Turns out actually did. That wasn't a trick. He did. It was very suspicious. He is adopted. If it wasn't clear, his parents were human, and he is not. So they loaded us up with about 8 years worth of food, I believe.
Yeah.
And we headed on our merry way, eventually coming to the place where the red moss was. And we all decided that it would be irresponsible of us to not try any, because what if it was the wrong thing? So we tried some, and there was a very wide range of effect. Char turned into, I believe, a sheep.
Yep.
An ornery, angry sheep, but a sheep nonetheless. Terry, I believe, wanted to make art very badly. I think that was all that happened to Terry.
I think he had like a shield.
Oh, he got a shield from
shield in the shape of his savior, Osire, his guardian. And Osire started singing us a horrible, yet cheerful, almost a gleeful song that the Yellow King is on his way back.
Hey, it was after he found the tome.
There was a tome.
Yeah, a journal.
A journal
or something.
I also aged like 4 or 6
I'm getting the important things. So that's fine.
That was from the red moss.
Yeah, that was from
and
the red moss. Yeah.
Then he found the book, sang the song. Terry became overjoyed with hearing about the Yellow King and was obsessed about yellow. And I
Osire was excited about it. I should be excited about it.
We're buds.
It's a good friend.
I mean, yeah.
We're buds.
Little Reg, he didn't think he was afraid. He just felt invincible, which he does all the time. So he didn't notice anything.
Yeah.
And then I think
you thought we were all crazy. You punched me as the sheep.
I punched the sheep. And then I tried to punch, I believe, Osire, but I couldn't get close enough to the singing and it just didn't take. I think I did punch him, but it didn't break his concentration. Right.
I'm in there.
So the show will go on if Osire's in charge, regardless of any physical violence. But eventually, we all seem to have broken out of it. It seems like that. I think our guess is that there was a town there, Roanoke Colony.
There's something like that at some point.
Yeah. And we kind of think that maybe this is what happened to them. We're not sure. That's all speculation. But there was a colony there. There's not now. There was, I think, some ruins that we were nearby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there was what was left was like foundations and rotted wood, and so signs of civilization. And finding a book there, like covered in moss too, is definitely a sign of civilization. So,
but we took the book, we took the drugs. I mean, herbs.
Herbs.
And we started on our way back to Bartholomew Jenkins.
Yep. All right. So you guys don't have a particularly difficult time. Like Osire's pretty familiar with this. I believe we said that you guys did stop back by his parents, or did you veto parents?
I think we didn't.
South
No.
I think we didn't.
We went around.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
well,
wouldn't be
we
able
went
to. I wouldn't be able to explain how I just grew all the facial
beard.
hair.
Yeah.
You
Beard and
shaved the beard.
We could have, but
That's asking to get harassed by your
It's-
mother.
it's
Like
still
she
growing on
just
me, yeah.
saw him. You know what
exactly. And I'm keeping everything. I'm keeping all the facial hair
Right.
And head hair.
and head hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys make it back. It's not. I mean, you guys, I guess, learned your lessons with the drugs, and you need to give some to Jenkins. So I assume you don't take any while you're on the trip. You get back. He did say to meet him at his usual place, which is kind of like at his home within the town. And Terry's able to take you there. It's not. It's in the part of town that you've been to before. It's not the nicer parts of town. It's almost. It's like the economy houses. These people might belong to guilds, but usually they're more kind of the workforce of the city. They're the ones here in the city keeping things going versus the adventurers going out getting glory and treasure. And that
More
kind
of a Walmart kind of place than a Target kind of area.
Right,
but,
right.
Yeah.
But it's still nice. Like the streets are clean.
Well, I said
like,
Walmart, not Dollar General. Dollar.
yeah, it's
Dang.
nice. They just they live a modest, a humble life, a quiet life in this part of the city. And you'll see Jenkins. He's kind of his home is kind of like off the road, almost like at the end of an alley way. So you like see all these almost idyllic little houses with like maybe their cacti or succulents or something like that with their little picket fences and stuff like that. And then in between these houses, there's like this little alleyway, and you go back and you realize that this is actually somebody's home, and there is a tree in the front courtyard situation here, and it is his pear tree. I mean, he keeps it nice. It's just not like painted and as kept as some of the other places are, as it is kind of like tucked away behind some houses. Like you built a house between houses. And that is where Jenkins is. So you guys are able to approach. You're able to knock on the door, and he shyly peers through the crack at you, and you can hear him unbolting, unchaining, sliding things, and using several different locks on the back, and will let you
a secret
in.
knock that we had to do too? It just seems like you can't just do it. It has to be a very specific.
Bartholomew, I've always admired the security, but what if someone just comes through your window?
You can look at his windows. There are are things in the window. Like he hasn't boarded up his windows, but he's practically done that.
Oh, okay.
And he has his hat on like usual, and he does request everybody to wear their hats.
Do I still have my hat? Yeah. Put the hat on. Yeah.
Elric will very reluctantly take his own stylish hat off
Yeah.
and put on this metallic monstrosity that he calls headwear.
I've kept mine under my cowl.
I believe Char's a little confused.
We must.
Was Char not? No, Char wasn't there. Okay,
wasn't there.
so
To her dad.
yeah, so yes, he introduces himself as Wizard Bartholomew Jenkins.
It's hard, isn't it?
And he gives you what you would know real life as aluminum, but it's this crumpled up metal headpiece that he requests for you to put on your head.
All right.
And he lets you know that this keeps them out.
Them?
Welcome to the crazy.
What?
I'm just thinking that
Sorry, like, what is happening?
putting aluminum on Char's. She's just a grill now.
Now,
You
you
were
said
busy
there's
attending to your parents. I don't think y'all have been introduced. Bartholomew, this is Char. Char, this is Bartholomew.
Hi.
And he goes to Tara and he says, she can be trusted, correct?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. I'm interested in the other room.
You trusted me to throw you, Terry.
Now, you said there was pears. There's a pear tree around. Can I had like already gotten a pear?
Yeah.
Like upon it, as soon as I saw it, I was like, pears. Can I already have a pear? Okay. I got a pear and I'm eating that as well.
Yeah.
Upon entry. So that's definitely a super fruit for me.
He gives you a nod. Like
Good.
they are delicious.
They are delicious.
So he has
Took it.
I just took it.
this area, for the most part, the like foyer and front room of the house is pretty nice. Like it's nothing fancy. Like the furniture in here looks like maybe at one point it was really nice, but it's just aged and has been used a lot. So it almost looks like it would have been like a really nice like hosting parlor at one point. Perhaps his descent in the ranks of wizardry has left him with a small income.
I thought you meant
no.
descent into insanity.
Yeah. That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
That I started hearing.
I'm sure maybe your teammates would have told you a little bit about Bartholomew Jenkins. He used to be a wizard at the the tree library that is currently shut down. He might have caused it to shut down on accident by unintentionally interacting with an artifact that may or may not be a black book. And he rambled on about the gods and the things that he was studying in the library and how he thinks that they might be, he doesn't think they're all gone. And that the god in particular that was keeping your people hostage is a god. He believes like your people and the lizard folk, and we'll kind of get into like what the rest of the town believes. But he believes what they're saying, all the stories and everything else that they've been saying about this guy. So and he talks about other gods and maybe they could help if there was a way to bring them back. And that's one of the things he's been studying. And he kind of rambled on a bit, and he definitely had the boards with the red lines, like linking things and books that were open and really weird artifacts and strange symbols. And he leads you into the parlor area to sit down and kind of seem to have just a normal sit-down conversation, unlike your previous experience with them. He seems to keep his home a little bit on the normal level. So he asked, were you were successful in getting the moss?
Yeah, and start
Nice.
dumping it out.
Yeah. Oh, no, let's keep it there. And-
We forgot to ask how much you need, so we just went with
Um,
a lot.
Yeah.
I would gladly take it all, but I do not need all of it for the quantities of the other ingredients that I have. I could definitely take it all and try to acquire the other ingredients for a continuous supply, but at this time I do not need it all. So he actually takes the amount that Lord of Edge was able to acquire, because I think you were pretty successful in just like scraping up on the
Yeah, it
your
turns
blade.
out getting plants is easy when you have two enormous swords.
And he said that this will be sufficient. It will just take me about a month for the elixir to be complete.
It takes like a month. Are you like, is it like alcohol? You have to like
Is
brew it,
this elixir?
ferment it.
Fermented, yeah.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes,
What-
there's a brewing and fermenting and then a sealing process with the fat of a toad.
What is
Or
this
fat of a frog.
elixir?
He will explain to you that he found a alchemist recipe for an elixir that should show him his history. So by ingesting this toxic material, it believes he is seeing his past lives, and he's hoping that information of the old world that he is receiving will help him figure out maybe what's going on now, or how to help, or really just complete the research in which he has not been able to complete since he was kicked out of the library. And the library has a hierarchy of wizards. So basically, you are allowed to study there by sharing your knowledge with the congregation. His theories were just too much.
that's putting it mildly.
Yeah. They believe that his theories were, he was focusing more on fiction than nonfiction. He was focusing on fairy tales.
Honored elder, are you sure that this substance works on our people? Happened to have been infected by some of it, and it didn't seem to do anything.
See, now that is why you need the other ingredients. If you were an alchemist, you would know that the properties in which the moss has, combined with the fat of a poisonous toad and the bones of a cat.
Yeah, I think so.
When you combine these materials together, the properties within them help balance the other out.
Like when you make a steel, you must put other ingredients into it so that it can be the finest of blades. I understand now.
Yes.
See, Edge may not have felt anything from the moss, but I sure as hell remember being turned into a sheep.
That is an unfortunate side effect. There are worse ones.
I'm afraid of that. So
I have no complaints. I mean, can you look at the stash? You see the hair? It's luxurious. I'm fine.
I think your eyebrows also grew.
Ooh, don't tell me that.
Perhaps.
Okay.
Perhaps
I can do
this for those might be in order.
Am I excited? Is this what excited looks like?
I'm not sure I haven't seen your eyes since it happened, honestly. I'm surprised you didn't run into anything.
He says that if you do want to take, I mean, you might be able to sell it to another potion master, but just be careful. There are worse side effects.
This is legal, right, for us to have?
Yeah, there in your town in particular, you will be arrested for causing problems for the city, but you won't be arrested for being in possession of something. Like you can, especially because magical artifacts and all are capable of dangerous things, but you're not necessarily going to be in trouble for possessing them. But if they do cause harm and danger to others, then you can get in trouble as long as you're responsible, pretty much.
So Lord Edge, you should definitely send this to your best friend, Sonny, right? Yeah, you should definitely send some of this to Sonny.
Oh Lord.
He already sings enough, though. Frankly. It is incredibly irritating and grating.
Sire, give me an arcane check.
Okay.
Yes, Osire also began singing about some Yellow King.
I got a 13.
You know that the red moss affected you, and you know that the journal also affected you. So you believe that the singing came from the journal, but perhaps it came from the red moss.
Right.
You know that both of them had a magical effect on you. But perhaps maybe the red moss effect was just delayed or something like that.
Okay. So it's mainly okay.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm assuming, still like in my back pocket at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unless you dropped it, but you should still have it.
Yeah, I hope not. Would Bartholomew know anything about this journal? Mr. Bartholomew, and I pull out the journal. I'm like, have you ever seen anything like this before? Is this like something that you know much about? Can I like pass it to him for a second?
Yeah, he'll take it. He kind of looks at its tattered nature because part of it was kind of burned and charred off. So you weren't able to get like really solid words out of it. And he, you can see him kind of touching it and kind of doing something magical to it. And he's like, well, it is in the, I would say this is a potentially dangerous item for anyone reading it, and but not necessarily the item itself. Something contained within it is particularly dangerous, and he will pull out a few pieces of paper, and he says that now there are other magics. There are other magics in which contain magical properties, not just arcane physical materials. There are words, and just like when you're casting a spell, you have a somatic component. So that word itself or that phrase itself has magic. Can help you control the magic. Symbols can help you as well. If you are to write a scroll, for examples, you would need to imbue that scroll with arcane letters. And it's those letters in which help you control the magic, get it to do a particular thing in which you want it to do. He said, and he hasn't opened the book yet.
Yeah,
because he's been able to identify what it does. And he doesn't, he says, but he's like, I can't show you the full symbol because it is magical, just like writing on a scroll would be magical. These are just particularly magical. And so he will draw it out. He just won't draw out the whole thing. He'll kind of like bastardize it. And Osire, you would recognize. Oh no!
Symbol, you say?
Oh no! Oh no!
There you go. So this is like a bastardized version of it. But you remember seeing that
Yeah.
in the book.
Didn't I also try to draw it as a sheep?
Yes, you did. You also tried to draw it as a sheep. He said that that particular symbol coincides with some of my research, and he will start babbling again.
Oh no!
And he's like, this magic in particular is very strong because these are, from what I'm able to find, these are aligned with the gods in particular. So this one in particular, you might know him as a king, but he is not in fact a king. He's actually a brother of another god who is actually a king, but he's in the sea. And then history shows that these gods have transcended through different cultures in the old world, known as different things. And each of these gods have old ancient symbols that are correlated with them and will have certain properties. But you can able to use these symbols in summoning them. You could use them into using their magic. These symbols in particular are aligned with certain gods. And if you are to see these symbols, you would more or less understand. If you could just read some of the material, read some of the research material, there are many of these symbols. So I believe, Terry, that he brought up Shub Niggurath the last time. He says she in particular has a symbol as well. And if you were to want to commune with her, talk to her, or use her magic, or summon her, you would need her symbol in order to do that. Some gods require other things as well. It seems like the symbol on which you've come across, the magic in which what exactly did it do to you?
The magic, besides singing and make me like grow facial hair and age for you.
I do remember the lyrics, perhaps that.
And the lyrics. I mean, but besides it giving me the lyrics,
you could always sing it again for him if you remember.
you know what?
You could.
Yeah.
You could.
I will not. I do not sing.
Osire got inspiration, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
okay,
I was
good.
inspired to sing.
No, but at the D&D game level, I did give you.
Yeah.
If I didn't give you
Yeah.
inspiration, you have inspiration.
Snap. Oh no, actually I don't think.
If you didn't get inspiration for that, what do you get inspiration for?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Now I have it. Cool.
Yeah. I remember being a sheep and drawing out that symbol. I think Terry was doing something. I can't recall. I think
I was collecting yellow items. I've come to adopt some sort of fondness for them. Really, I have a small collection here, as you could see. I guess I'll pull over my coat, and amidst this giant possum inside of my inner jacket, it's a bunch of like yellow stones, flowers, chunks of like painted metals or wood or whatever. Just
That's why you rolled in pollen earlier.
I can. If someone else would like to dictate the song, you can. I can do it as well.
I have to find it.
It's in the chat.
Yeah,
it's in the chat.
it's not too far up.
No.
Nope, it's not.
You don't remember it by heart?
By heart, LOL.
I mean, I found it.
Yeah, the last episode was "There's a Song in Our Hearts."
Yeah, that's right. Anybody want to go for it, or do you want me to? I'm here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I found it too.
All right. Do you want me to dictate the whole thing? 'Tis the song
Yeah.
I give to thee in praise of thy royal majesty. how thy power pulls through, and all those here will be loyal to. Is it thy placket?
It's supposed to be
Replace it.
place it. Yeah.
Thy
Sorry.
placid face holds no sorrow or a haggard fear of tomorrow. Your crown with gold makes you king, for your saffron glory that I sing. Into our minds you dive deep, for an enemy of old you do keep. Tentacles of dreams he doeth dwell or doth dwell? He doth dwell. That makes sense. But your coming I doth foretell. A yellow king to rule us all. Do submit or ye shall fall.
So Jenkins kind of sits back in his chair, kind of contemplating the words, and he says, "Interesting." He says, "I can't find enough material to make any of my theories believable, but perhaps this one in particular just is inspirational. I mean, maybe this god was a god of music at some point, and that's why it affected Osiris at some point. Maybe this god was a god. I mean, there are many great artists dictated poems. I mean, the library is full of different histories of art in the old world cultures. I mean, but there's nothing. I'd have to somehow find a source of information about this. I just know that these symbols are arcane in nature. Just the symbols themselves, by seeing them, even by writing them, will have an effect on you.
While we were gone retrieving that red moss, have there been any more sinkholes around the city popping up?
Yes. So the guilds have started sending out scouting groups. I am fairly sure that once you return, you might also receive something similar. But they have started sending out scouting groups to try and find the trail of whatever is leaving the sinkhole. And he says that they don't seem to want to listen to the lizard folk. And I have no agency with the wizards anymore. So my theories are usually just chuckled at. If it is a god creating these sinkholes, then I pray for the souls who find the creature.
Who?
And if you are given such a quest, I would either recommend you turning it down, or being very careful.
This yellow king, it says that he's the enemy of the tentacled creature. It seems that was in our shared vision. It seems that he is his enemy. Do you know anything about that?
He says, in the things that I have been able to tell, in the old world gods, and like Apollo, for example, our friend Osiris is a part of his temple. There seems to be a balance, one side, two sides of the coin situation for the gods, where you have a god of light and of music, and you would have a god of darkness and silence. You would have a god of life, and you would have a god of death, and they would be what keeps them in balance, and what keeps them from one taking over. In the most recent old world, you had a god just a god, and you had a devil, a Satan, in which they would balance the lives of those on this earth. So in those, that is what I would surmise from the lyrics of the song, is that perhaps this Yellow King, his balance is this tentacles of dreams in the dreams.
You see, my conflict is that the tentacled creature attacked us and seemed quite horrible, but this other one sang, and I am quite confused as to what path I should take from here. But I suppose we'll worry about the sinkhole creature first.
Yeah. As far as I have been able to find, this monstrosity creating the sinkholes is the first encounter I have had in all my years of research with a possibly real god, and it is terrifying.
I mean, we haven't seen it yet. It could just be a very large mole. I have no idea.
Yes, I mean, there are theories. Most people are pretty keen on this just being a rogue purple worm, deranged purple worm causing havoc. They're around. They don't tend to cause too much damage. They're lethal. But usually people don't settle where they are, so they are more or less an obstacle on the road, not something that will engulf a watchtower. So I would just be careful and wear your hats.
At all times, so can I just wear it?
I would recommend all times.
I have an aesthetic going, you see, and it's.
I mean, I understand. I'm just. It will help.
I have one more question, and maybe you can help me out with this. And not too many people know that I have said item, but have you ever, messed with like special jewelry from the old world or anything like that, and know of special powers that might come from said jewelry? Or
I mean, sure, there are artifacts in which artifacts from the old world are around, but they tend to be older than the old world.
can I whip out my amulet as he's saying that?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I just kind of like whip it out and be like this.
If you allow him, he'll like approach you and look at it, and he will try to do the identify ritual. So it'll take a little bit. And he goes, "Well, I do not know where you found this. It is not particularly dangerous now. It does require a master that is more of the arcane. So a wizard or a sorcerer or a bard perhaps is able to fully unleash its potential, but it is not adverse to you. So it is willing to be helpful if you do require it. It does. It would be dangerous if you were to use it and then die.
Use it and then die.
Right. So if you were to go in battle while using this thing, its magic would no longer be contained within the artifact itself.
Solid. And then I just put it right back on. And just going, gotcha.
Discussing business, you wanted us to get back into the library, perhaps on your behalf. Should we maybe do that before we return to Genus, so that way it seems like maybe we were still gone?
I do have everything I need in order to continue the elixir for some time. I mean, it only takes a small amount of each ingredient, but it is closed, so that is up to you as to whether or not you wish to venture back into the library.
I have to inquire, were these cat bones sourced through ethical means?
I might have found a grave.
That sounds ethical enough to me.
Grandpa Genus.
Yeah. Do you guys have any more questions?
I guess I'll leave you to your work. You said it takes an entire month to get the results. I suppose.
Yes.
Would you like any of my mother's cooking? It's
Oh yes, I love
seafood.
Mother's cooking.
Yeah, it's seafood, but I'm pretty sure you'd enjoy it. As he like pulls out a jar from his pocket and just kind of like lays it down. It's like, there you go.
Nice.
It's mainly eel, but yeah, it's all right.
I have not been able to eat such a local cuisine before. This will be quite the adventure for me.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
He is very thankful for you probably taking care of his meals for some time.
It's a little sad.
I'll make sure he can get this process done with sooner than later. He doesn't even have to leave his house.
There it
Genus
is.
strikes me as a guy who does a lot of takeout, doesn't have time.
Yeah.
There it is.
The town crazy position does not pay well.
There it is. There it is. So any little thing he can get, I'm here to supply. And he supplied me with pears. Yeah, so as long as I can keep getting my pears, I'm fine.
All right.
He's not stingy with his pears.
Thank you. All right, well, I'm wrapped up here.
Yeah, I'm good.
We're ready to go. We got his red moss.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys are able to make it back to
Bartholomew, before we go.
Yes, Terry, my friend.
I undo the drawstring on my bag and pull out the steel box that
Okay.
we had acquired with the little dials on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I start getting really soft spoken, and I'm like, this thing right here, it spoke to me the other night. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, so I've just been carrying it around.
He looks at it and he's like, Terry, people usually use these things to talk to one another.
Well, somebody said that they would help me, but here's the thing: I don't know who it was.
Oh, I see. But they said they would help you?
Right. Do you know anybody in the city who actually has one of these? I mean, you probably keep tabs on the artifacts coming in and out, right? Certainly, it has a range of some sort.
Yes, usually the spell used with it is a range of sorts, and the message that can be sent is usually short, and your response also can be short. It is not for lengthy conversation, but are you bothered by this?
I don't know. I didn't know who it was. and I didn't know if it was safe to respond. I'm not sure. It was soon after our first visit, and they said they could help. I was thinking that maybe they were somehow heard our conversation earlier.
Well,
I'm afraid your hideout could be compromised, Bartholomew.
if you were wearing your hat, I don't think they would have been able to hear a conversation. Like, these things are foolproof. I have tested it many times.
All right, Bartholomew.
I think perhaps it was maybe just some young arcane user, some magic user, just pulling your leg, perhaps.
You don't understand, Bartholomew. They knew my name.
Well, I mean, Terry is not a household name, but you are spoken of.
People
You
talk
know.
about me. Is it good things or bad things?
When you go through people's trash,
I don't go through people's trash. I don't dumpster dive. I'm sometimes I'll take scraps from the blacksmithing or the tanner, but I don't go through trash.
right? I mean that. Yes, you will salvage materials if somebody were to not have a use for it anymore. So you were known by several people in town. So perhaps is there another thing that you need help with? Perhaps they are referring to that.
I can't think of anything.
Maybe it is someone with an item in which they think you would be interested in salvaging. I unless I interact with it myself, I don't know how much real information I can give you.
Right. Okay. Well, carry on then, my old friend. I'll catch you again. If you ever show up to the bar, or if I want more pears, perhaps, or at the latest a month from now.
He taps you on the shoulder and says that you are always welcome here. And he looks to all of you and he's like, you are always welcome.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Honored elder.
He says, wear the hats.
Yep.
I'll stuff mine inside my actual hat so it doesn't ruin the aesthetic, but I can be safe.
I push as much hair that I do have from underneath the hat to look like I got bangs or something. I don't care at this point in time. I'm just glad that I have head hair and I have a stylish hat now. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Be warned, the pears do not go good with the eel.
Thank you.
Cool. As we're leaving, Char's gonna take 2 or 3 pears, and as they're walking away, she's actually gonna cook one in her hand.
He has other fruit around. You don't have to keep grabbing from the pear tree. There's a whole garden in the back. You don't have to.
Like a good pear.
But
like a good
what
pear
else
tear.
would be? What else would be good charred?
I don't know. Apples, perhaps.
No, baked
I don't think there's any
apples.
pineapples at this one time.
That'd be good. She's
He has any
hunting for
pineapples.
fruit.
Is this a pineapple type of climate?
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Pineapples grow in the ground,
Yeah, there it
which
is.
seems wrong, but
It does seem wrong.
It does
Yeah.
seem wrong.
I don't want to say that
Can
on stream.
pineapples
Is
grow
that
on
true?
trees here
Is that,
in
is that,
India?
is that grow in the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, they grow in the
They grow in the ground?
in
What?
this magical land of fantasy, can they grow on trees like it seems like they should?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You looking it up?
Yeah, he's looking it up.
Greg's looking it up. Greg's looking it up. I can tell. He's
You see it in his glasses.
yeah. He's like, I don't believe this for a second. Oh god. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, if Char wanted, you can still grab one of those pineapples that I'm assuming he has. So try that bad boy up
Just
from the ground.
take a couple picks of fruit and just kind of shove it in her arms. She's like, all right.
Couple of mangoes, whatever else he has here. Is
Just like one or
Does it show
two.
like at one point he was wealthy that he has this many trees? I know we're kind of in an arid
Yeah, like
environment,
at
right? Yeah,
one
it's
point, this would have been a very nice place. It's just he
Not
hasn't
well
been
taken
able
care
to. Yeah,
Mm.
he does not have the means to really take care of it.
Mm.
But you
fine.
guys are able to get back to your usual locale. You're able to walk right in the doors. They're open. It's its usual. It's not super crowded. There's some regulars. You don't see Tamara. You do see Genus. He's at the bar, and the cat is sitting up on the bar as well. The patrons seem to be at their, favorite little tables, and that is what you walk into. It's kind of quiet. There's chatter.
Okay.
Can I go to grab the cat and see if I can hold said cat?
Give me an animal handling.
I knew
check.
that was happening. I knew it was about to happen, but I don't care.
I mean, I don't
care.
know how many cats you can just walk up to and grab.
You know what? But it's Osire. You know what I mean? Like, they gotta feel the love. They gotta feel the love. This cat feels the love. That's a 20. This cat has to feel the love. It has
Okay.
to feel the love.
So you go up to the cat. I'm gonna say that you kind of do this little hello ritual with the cat.
What's up?
yeah, let it smell you, and then
Hey,
Yeah.
look at my palm. Look at my palm. Look at my palm. Yeah.
You probably smell like so much eel right now. You smell
exactly.
Right. You
Like,
probably
we-
smell
we-
like
ex-
seafood. So
Exactly.
the cat's receptive to being picked up, and it has a low purr as you're,
Yeah.
picked it up
Yeah.
and
Kind
is
of walking
is
around,
petting it.
scratching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My hair on its hair, just like, hey, we got hair now, bro. What's up? What's up?
Yeah. With the 20, it turns its head up and is licking your hair like it's gonna groom you.
Yeah. This is where I want to be. Okay.
He says, Genus will address you and say, it took you long enough to come back. Where were you?
we went to go see Osiris' parents.
Yeah.
Would you like a jar of eel?
I like how everybody has food still.
This is acceptable. Good news. You're going to leave town again.
Oh.
We
Great.
just
Yeah.
got back.
We
I
just
haven't
got
even.
back. I need a shower.
I haven't seen if anybody stole any of my crap upstairs.
Would
You mean
you know?
salvage? You mean salvage there,
I
Terry?
mean, you will have time to prepare, but turns out Tamara and I will be joining you this time.
Oh, hey, all right.
It is unfortunate because I will lose out on profit, but you have to do what you have to do sometimes.
And who's going to be watching over the inn?
I have a few acquaintances that will keep an eye out for it, but it will be closed.
Do we get to keep the cat with us as well?
The cat is allowed to do whatever she wishes. If
Can
she
I look-
wants to stay, she
Can
can
I
stay. If
can
she
I
wants
look
to
at the
go.
cat and be like, "You want to go with us? Do you want to go with us?"
What does the job entail?
We will be a part of a scouting. We will be our own scouting party. This rogue worm causing mischief in the other settlements is becoming more of a problem, and people are having a hard time tracking it down. So our guild and many others are sending out parties in different locations to try and figure out where exactly it is going to be next.
Terry sort of like quizzically like squints his eyes. A rogue worm, you say? So have there actually been sightings? It's a worm that we're dealing with?
Unfortunately, no. Only thing that we know is people have gone missing and holes are starting to appear.
But like worm-size holes.
roughly worm size there, but it's a bit bigger. But I mean, what else would it be?
Has there been? I know that one of the holes happened to open up beneath a guard tower. Have there been any other maybe pattern to the holes? Are we sure we're not dealing with something intelligent here?
I have not seen a pattern like this. On our map, there are some locations marked out.
Is there a map of all the holy sites that we could
yes.
perhaps...
Hold on. I'll upload it for you guys. You can look real quick.
Okay. I am.
Oh, potential gods, holy sites, man. That's just
Yeah.
quality fun.
Holy moly.
Oh God!
Does this look similar to this? It looks like it's kind of starting to be the symbol.
So
Is that just me?
Yeah, I was wondering. I didn't want to say it out loud, but you're right.
the red marks are the sinkholes that have been found through different scouts. The black dots are locations, like settlements and stuff near these holes. The X is where you guys are.
I see.
So that black dot directly south of you is where you're going to go. The black dot all the way to the left, the very most left black dot, that is where Char's family was.
Oh.
It's been following us, I see.
But to Clawry, this doesn't look. He's like, you would think it would move in a particular line or perhaps attack more settlements. It is just creating holes in the middle of nowhere.
Some of these settlements that have dots on them, are there people from my tribe, whether Yuan-Ti or Genasi, that are staying there?
Yeah, so the two that have red dots, because kind of think like how these dots are kind of laid out, like that's, in a sense, that's the trade route. You guys would have been able to go through these different little towns and stuff. So those two, not the very southern one, but I mean, perhaps they migrated even further south. But the two, there would have been lizard folk there, but there would have been lizard folk in the other town too that you stopped in. That's kind of along these routes. So you kind of like, people had, just didn't want to travel anymore or seem to like the culture of that small town or whatever. So not every town on this map that has a red dot has they do have Genasi and lizard folk, but there are other towns with Genasi and lizard folk too that had traveled with you that have not been hit.
Right. Okay. Perhaps, and this is just throwing something out there, but if we could get someone to translate for us in the Yuan-Ti from my hometown, talking with them a bit from what they know of it. I know they consider it like a god, but we never were able to communicate, which was our issue. So
I mean, they've tried to convince us of their ghost story, but I mean, practically a god, really. I mean, who knows? It could be an unknown creature who's come from the Red Mountains. It could be another type of purple worm. Maybe it's a I don't know, a green one this time. I don't know, but
genus something destroyed that volcano where we were at.
I mean, volcanoes will destroy themselves. I mean, all we know is that it is making holes. The lizard folk in particular are making their concerns heard, but what do? Do you just let it continue?
No.
God or not, it you take care of it.
Yes, I just thought they might have some extra details.
Perhaps.
Just so we know
I-
a bit more of what we're getting
Has anyone
into.
gone into the holes yet?
A few of the parties have tried to go down. Some of them will have begun. Some of the ones on the coast have filled with water. Some of the ones in the desert have filled with sand. Others seem to collapse at some point. So there have been attempts to go down. Some of those that have neither filled with water or sand or collapse have go down very far.
So this thing doesn't have a certain pattern, but yet, do you know where it's going to end up next? Like, so we're just going to be like hunting for this thing?
Yes, we'll use our, I suppose, hunting skills in order to find. That is why we are going with you. Do not have any other members available at this time, so tomorrow and I will be going with you to try and hunt this thing down.
Have you heard of anything that happened like right before this creature would swallow up these things? Like, is there a certain sound that that attracts it, or is there a certain noise or smell?
There has, yes, that is a good question. There has been talk of thunder, as if a storm is rolling in, but a storm doesn't come instead of a sinkhole does. So that is a good point. We should definitely keep that. If we hear thunder, that perhaps we are on the right track.
Yeah.
How long? When do you want to set out?
As soon as you guys are ready, I have been waiting for your return.
Well,
Unfortunately, this is an obligation to the betterment of our fellow man.
unfortunately.
So I cannot deny this request,
Okay. Well,
even though it brings me no money.
True. Well, I was going to drop off some of this canned food because I don't think we'll need all of it on our way down, but drop some of it off with my parents and some of the Yuan-Ti.
Okay.
Trying to bridge that.
Yeah, and if you guys want to talk to them while you're out, you can.
Yeah, I want to get a translator.
Yeah, I was going to say just out of character, I would like to, at least some of us, go back to Bartholomew and get him to lay over all the symbols that he has collected over this pattern. Just to see if any of them do in fact match.
Yeah.
That
okay.
too.
That tracks.
I think that's a good idea, yeah, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can definitely do all of that. I will want to speed it up just a little bit, though.
Fair.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So Char, if you guys can maybe split up too, to conquer it at the same time, unless you don't want to split up.
I'm fine with that.
Splitting the party never is a problem.
Well,
I
you're in
never is
town.
wrong.
Yeah, we're in.
You're
Listen.
in the safe zone.
Listen, we killed a weird chimera thing here the other day.
Yeah.
The DM says, "Hey, you want to split your party, right? Half your manpower, just
You want to
to
split the
separate
party?
them?"
Just to move things along a little bit. So Char, you're able to go with them. It turns out that there's some other people there as well. Maybe some other people who are getting ready to go out, who might also be interested in what the lizard folk and the Ganassi have to say. Perhaps they're a little bit more open-minded of the possibilities that this is something unknown and very dangerous. And they are heeding the warnings of those who might know better. So you're able to kind of listen in, chime in, talk to them as well. And they say that this is a omen that their people were told of in the event that they ever did not pay homage to the god. That the god would, in its gluttonous ways, if it was not satisfied with the sacrifices, it would start eating the world.
Bring down its holy wrath.
Yes. It would bring down its holy wrath. Yes. In order to try and satiate its hunger. They said, some of them actually might be regretting their decision to leave because it is they feel like they have caused this omen to occur, this prophecy to occur, that if they were to ever stop appeasing the god, that it would take its wrath out on the world. So some of them are kind of blaming themselves. And some of the Ganassi and stuff are trying to reassure them that they all made the right choice, that that's no way to live, and stuff like that. Matthew, Lord of Edge, and whoever goes with them. So you go back to Bartholomew after you receive this little map, and he can't draw out the symbols completely for their magical properties. He does bring out a couple, because his theory was that this god is Katanathoa, and he had brought up Shub-Niggurath, so he will show you those symbols. But I said, this is going to be a bastardized version, because you might be able to complete it yourselves. So that's one. And then here's the other one. So, shows you this one first.
If it shows up.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
I see it. Okay.
So
Yeah.
two circles
Two
on a
circles in a
triangle.
triangle. Yeah.
Yeah. He says this is. Oh, shoot. I shouldn't have written the whole thing. Sorry, I'm going to summon her, guys. That is for Shub-Niggurath.
Is it Shub?
Shub.
Shub.
Yes.
Shaba.
And he says
Right.
this is for Katanathoa.
Okay, it's like.
But it's like a C with like a wave through it.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
That's
Is it
Katanathoa.
backwards? Yeah, that's Katanathoa. His theory is that is the god that is eating the world.
It seems like it could be Katanathoa's emblem there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at it. Oh, yeah. Actually.
Looking more like,
Yep, because of the two
Mm-hmm.
partial circles here, and then the C and line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the line right there.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Is the bottom part of the sea going to go into the water?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Possibly.
And these are the sinkholes that they have found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Kind of
that
like
line
when I
will
was
probably
like,
continue up and down.
don't suppose
before.
this would be enough to get anybody to listen to you.
If it is, as unfortunately, concrete evidence.
Yuan-Ti
Yeah.
might believe you.
Yeah. Thank you for time. Go back.
Well, yeah. In that note, the Yuan-Ti Jenkins has spoken to the Yuan-Ti. He 100% believes them and everything that they are saying. Unfortunately, he cannot assist them in getting everyone else to believe them. He would actually hurt them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he has been ostracized pretty much. He's been kicked out of a respectable profession. So,
Okay. Well,
He's been excommunicated.
Just talking to the others when we're looking at, I guess we're looking at the map with, I imagine, yarn on it. It's like, I don't see what choice we have other than to go, and I don't know what it will do if this thing keeps eating the rest of the symbol, but I don't imagine it will be ideal.
No.
I think we need to stall for a month.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's for if you think his dreams are going to tell you anything.
It's true.
true.
But it also depends on what he's looking for, if that makes sense.
Because Sheb Nigroth is the counter, right?
Yes, he believes that Shub Nigroth is his counter.
Yeah.
And to him, it might be the only way to at least keep it contained.
Keep things whole.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, whenever we all meet up.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys are able, if you need some time to check your salvage materials to make sure everything is there. You want some time to maybe get provisions together, make sure your swords are as sharp as they've ever been. Maybe get some more grappling hooks or anything else.
I need more ball bearings. I gave mine to a small child.
More ball bearings. You definitely.
We check on the small child to make sure he didn't choke.
Oh,
Yeah, you can see
but
that
he's still okay.
his parents have limited the quantity in which he is allowed to have.
In his mouth.
Yeah.
To a of 4 or 5 of them. He has been. He discovered their real purpose. Was
Excellent.
and has been causing has been very mischievous. And so they have limited the amount he's allowed to have at one time.
That makes that gift significantly better if he uses them for their intended purpose.
Right.
yeah. Getting climbing equipment will
I'll
probably
get the
be
caltrops
really good.
next time.
Yeah, you're able to, if you want something, just write it down that you have it.
Yeah, I'm on a shovel, I think.
Oh, +4 dagger of instant death. Put that down.
Vorpal sword? Got it.
Traveling gear. Let's leave it to not. You can.
Yeah. I'm thinking just a shovel just in case, we get buried somehow. Not that that's going to happen, but.
I was thinking an entire climbing kit that includes like rope, grappling hook, pulleys.
That's fair.
Entire system to like hold yourself if something happens.
Does all that come in a climbing kit?
Yeah.
I learned that not too long ago.
We all got tortures and stuff. Not that Photoveg use it, but people without specialize.
Yep.
I'll be carrying all the food that my mom gave me, basically. So I'm like, we'll probably need some food, hopefully. So that's about it.
If it's a worm, do we want to eat it? Like have a bunch of dead eel in front of it? Because that seems kind of a fit. Like that's gonna make it mad. You think
that's
right?
bait? That might be bait. It might help. It might distract it. I mean, it might be like, food. It's actually feeding me. Let's be friends. Like we might.
I was thinking to be like, oh no, cousin Jerry.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Actually, you're right. Hopefully, we'll figure it out. We'll figure.
He's like, you just grab the neck and charge really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
All right, we got this.
I don't actually, in real life, have this muscle.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a lot stronger.
The area that you are going to is known for purple worm activity. That's why Genus chose that area, because he's partial to the theory that it's just some rogue worm. They aren't particularly in this area at this time of year.
Where the hell do they go?
They go south.
For the winter?
I thought they'd just go deeper when it got cold or something.
Yeah, they're not very active this time of year.
Okay.
That's why they're considering this like a rogue worm, because they wouldn't necessarily be around this time of year.
It's the tequila worm.
But Genus's idea is that you go towards where they are known, and maybe you can find a trail from there.
All right.
That seems.
This is the most
Reasonable.
dangerous thing I've ever heard of us doing at this point in time. Just-
Yeah, it just sounds like even if we didn't encounter the thing, we're just going to purple worm territory in general. It just sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Genus.
Genus does
Either-
require like a cart and like a donkey because you're going to be going through pretty flat, arid areas. So those are pretty nice to have to carry stuff with
Provisions
you.
and
The cat does
people.
come.
Hey.
She sits up front while Genus is driving. And you guys are able to make your way down
I want
south.
to keep one dose of the red moss on me just in case things start getting real dicey, and we gotta
Gotcha.
we gotta do a Hail Mary here.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Is it really? Just give me some red moss so I can start singing to it. That'll be the thing.
Hold on.
There you go.
What if we have like a little red moss like bomb, like a jar, and then we just give it to one of the worms and see what happens?
Oh God,
Ooh.
that would be interesting.
Let's get the worm high.
Turn the worm into like a snake or a goat at this point in time. One of the two. I don't know.
We're gonna reunite this worm with its god going the other way. It's gonna bring the god to him. We're gonna send him to the god.
Yeah. But you guys are able to get a nice long rest, able to prepare whatever you like. Your red moss bombs, you've got plenty of material. All four of you were fairly successful. Only the quantity in which the Lord of Edge was able to get of red moss was plenty for your wizard friend. Terry, as you settle in for the night amongst your salvage goods, knowing that they're all there, that no one has touched a single string on them, you hear static. And it says, Terry, why won't you respond?
It's like the Boost Mobile commercial. Where you at?
Hey, girl, you up?
Is this like before bed sort of thing, or?
Yeah, like you're curled up, ready for bed. And the static. And it's Terry, why haven't you answered?
The inner Terry says because this is spooky is all hell, but the outer Terry, I guess he pauses for a minute and gets, he silently like sort of puts his head pretty close to the radio, but he's not really sure where quote unquote radio, right? I don't know what it is. And he gets really, really close to it, and he doesn't actually know how, like, if there's an area he's supposed to talk into. And he's like, who is this?
I go by many.
And how do you know my name?
You are known, Terry, and I go by many things. You can call me friend.
I'm your only friend, Terry. Remember that.
Well, Terry's okay with getting new friends. There's only one Osire, but okay, friend. What is your purpose of contacting me? You said you could help. How do you know we need any help?
Who doesn't need help?
Who offers help just, blank note to anyone that has a radio? This seems like a dangerous endeavor. I could ask for help for anything.
I do believe, Terry, that you, of all people, would appreciate my help. That is why I'm offering it.
So I think the scraps in the back of the smithy are fine. I don't. It's not that I need like a new set or anything. Okay, I know it seems like I'm digging through trash, but it's not really trash. I'm just picking out the good things.
I am. I offer you more than scrap metal. I offer you a great deal more. You don't have to answer me now, but should you need help, I am here for you, Terry.
I don't really know where you are, so I'm not really sure how you're gonna. I mean, quite frankly, we may or may not be leaving sometime within the month. How would I know that? Oh, they just hang up on me. That's
So rude.
that's sort of rude.
So you're able to get a good night's sleep. Everything is packed and ready to go when you get up in the morning. You got a nice continental breakfast waiting for you as you come down. And you guys are able to go. Like I said, Genus is driving. He does not relinquish the reins to anyone. Even though this is a bit of a long journey for everybody. And when you get there, it's interesting. It's much more rocky than your current, than your home location. It's a little bit more, there are rocks coming out of the sand. They're the same color and everything. There's just more natural formations in this area, and it's not as flat as what you guys are used to. And you're going to start searching. You know, Clara gets out and he says, just pick a direction and go a few paces. Use whatever skills that you have at your disposal in order to maybe find this thing.
All right.
Find evidence. You're looking for evidence of it. He's not saying don't go and fight it on your own. If you are to see other sinkholes or other evidence of activity, droppings, whatever,
Okay.
come back and we'll regroup in about an hour.
All right.
So I need everybody to make like a survival investigation check. Whichever one is better.
Let's go with survival.
Yeah, I'm going survival as well.
Investigation. It's not very hard.
That's an 11.
All right, please.
That is also an 11.
Oh, don't screw
Okay.
me, dice.
I got a 6.
I got a nat 20.
Hey!
That's
So you guys kind of pick a direction different from each other. Terry, you particularly stay close to Osire. Like you're supposed to pick a different direction to go, and you just kind of like almost go parallel
Yeah,
to Osire.
I can't be that far away. There could be purple worms around. What if them was like missed the memo to go south for the winter or whatever, and they're just hanging around?
Osire and Lord of Edge, you find more like rock outcroppings. You might see like a shadow that might look like a sinkhole, but you go up to it and it's really not anything. There's not any evidence of any new activity that you're finding. You're just finding more and more like rock outcroppings. Char, you luckily come up to as you're walking, your horizon line looks a little weird because it almost looks like it got chopped funny. So as you're walking forward, you stop at a cliff. And you see that it goes down and it's almost like a semicircle of this cliff, and the earth on the edges of it goes down until it meets the rest of the earth, and there are these pillars of stone formation in this kind of half moon shape, this crescent moon shape almost.
Okay.
And you look down, you see the shadows that these rock outcrop, these rock formations are creating, and there's just one shadow in particular that looks weird.
Suspicious.
Yeah.
Don't be suspicious.
Rock.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll. He said go back, but I want to keep my eye on this, and I'm gonna kind of call out to everyone.
Yeah, it turns out that Terry Osire and Lord of Edge didn't get that far. You guys seem to have like gone in generally the same direction, even though you were supposed to spread out.
Sounds like us.
I keep fiddling with this tinfoil that I've stuck under my hat. And
Yeah, it is hot.
It is
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah. At some point, I'm going to take that tinfoil and just make a circlet out of it. Just kind of like melt it down. But yeah, I will kind of produce flame and just kind of like fire it off in the sky to try to get their attention.
I would believe Lord of Edge would see it with his passive.
Yeah.
Osire and Terry, what are your passives?
11.
What am I doing? Go up.
It's either that or I go Goonies. Hey, you guys!
Right.
That's all I could think of.
12. Yeah.
12. It's the middle of the day, so definitely Lord of Edge sees it. You guys might have missed the memo.
Yeah. If he sees it, he will. If he can look around and find his companions, he's like, okay, I see Osire. Terry has to be nearby.
Yeah. I'll just grab him.
Yeah. And maybe he'll take his sword and use it as sort of a reflective mirror in the desert sun to signal to Char that he did, in fact,
Gotcha.
see.
Good.
Cool.
Yeah, you can see each other's figures, but they're like so small. So that definitely would work. Yeah. It takes Osire and Terry a little bit longer to get the message, but they're able to convene with you, and you're able to see the same thing. You're not able to see the weird shadow, but you're able to see this crescent-like carving out of the ground, and these rock pillars,
Genus
in the
and
center.
Tamara get it up on this, or
No, they actually went in a different direction than you guys.
Brilliant. Well, I found it. I found this, and that shadow in particular is ultra suspicious. Just extra suspicious. He's like pointing it out.
So you're pointing out. She said this shadow is suspicious. There are several shadows here, but this one in particular is almost like and it's right up against the wall. Like the shadow doesn't bounce off the wall like it's supposed to. Like there's something else or something not there to have the shadow bounce off of.
Well, it doesn't look like a hole. Perhaps should we wait, or I think we should go look. I am not afraid of shadows. I am one with the shadows. So therefore they will not hurt me.
I'm sure, but That one's just extra suspicious to me, and I want to meet back up with Genus and Tamara before going down, but at the same time, I really want to go down and check it out.
I'm down. I mean, might as well. I mean, what else? I mean, I'd rather already have had the information that we're going to have anyway, and then bring them up to speed. Because I mean, them being out here in general,
it could just be some other ruins, correct? I mean, it is not. There are plenty of things out here. It doesn't look like a giant wormhole to me.
No, just something a little interesting that could possibly be worth checking out.
Yes, but you're able to get down. You kind of like I said, it's almost like a hill with a chunk that's been just cleaved out of it. So you're able to go down the sides of this thing and then walk into it. And you get up to it, and the reason why the shadow wasn't like hitting the wall like other ones is because there's a tunnel in this wall.
Okay.
So it's not a purple wormhole. It is like a man-made tunnel.
Okay.
In the rock formations, unless you were noticed it from above with like a 20, the rock formations as you're walking towards it would have blocked your view of it. So it's like hidden behind the rocks.
Okay.
My heart says go in the tunnel, but my character's wisdom says we should wait.
Lucky for me, I don't have that high of a wisdom, and I'm very tempted to just be like, "We're here. We're pretty tough."
I do have that wisdom, and I'm still just like, let's just figure it out. We're on an adventure, guys.
So you're at the start of this tunnel, and it's bright day. So even though this area is completely cast in shadow, you see black doors, well made. They're not super ornate or anything, but they are intact before you. And it's only about 10 feet or so set into this wall, like down this tunnel.
Does it look like the bottom of the doors have been moved? You know what I mean? Like are there cracks under the doors, or are they so flush with the ground you could tell if they've been scraping the ground when they open?
You would be able to tell if they scrape the ground when they open. It does look like recently it might have been opened. There's a lot of sand here, and you can tell like some of it's kind of pushed to the side as if it was like behind the door when it opened. There's a bit more sand there, but there is kind of sand covering this black stone threshold.
Okay.
So sand does kind of like get swept into here. But yeah, it does look like the door does get used.
Okay.
Does anybody want to investigate? Or
I wanted to check out, see if there's any like design on the door, or was it just slab door?
Black door sounds ominous.
It does.
You're looking around the door. Its construction isn't like ornate or delicate. It seems almost like it was made for protection, if that makes sense. It is chunky. Its design, its hinges, if you could see the hinges, it is almost looks like it's made to keep things out. Like protection wise, like you would need a large amount of strength in order to just try and take this door down.
Okay.
Like a running start with a shoulder or something?
This may be a foolish idea, and tell me if it is so, but we could try knocking.
That's true, but is it too thick that they wouldn't hear the knock if there was someone on the other side?
We could have Orin just run into it, using his like right side as a battering ram.
Well, I'm just saying that if someone was to knock at my door, he might answer. Whereas if they were to immediately barge in and through force, I would probably be rather irate.
Make a noise.
You know what? Let's do both. How about that? Since you say it's foolish, but I mean we're wearing these tinfoil hats, so how much?
We are.
I'm not wearing mine.
Yeah. So,
Are you guys wearing yours?
I mean, yeah,
yeah, I guess Lord of Edge will attempt to knock on the door.
Is that all you're going to do? Or are you going to like grab a handle or anything?
Nah, not
Are there knockers on the door?
So there are not knockers. You knock on the door. It is not reciprocated.
Okay.
It does not open. Osire, are you going to try and ram your body into this door that clearly looks like it's meant to keep people out?
I'm going to ask the Lord of Edge, hey, yo, I know you're not, but see if you can tug on that thing, just to see if it opens.
I want to press my ear against the door and see if I hear anything.
No, it is cold. So the door is cold, so it's like a metal.
That's kind of nice, though.
Yeah, everybody probably feels.
You're just like,
Yeah. So you're able to
Does it
relax and
sizzle?
concentrate on listening, and you don't hear anything. No.
Yes, I suppose we'd see if the door is open.
You go to reach for a handle, and there's not a handle.
okay.
Is it just flat metal?
Yeah.
Well, let me go ahead
So
and do
does it
this
open
strength check.
outwards or inwards?
It looks like it does. Yes.
Okay. Is there a way for it before
Yeah,
Osire decides to ram it?
And be out the whole episode.
Is there a way for me to
You can investigate.
Yeah, I was gonna say like wedge something to kind of open it.
What would you like to try and wedge?
Well, I have an axe, a great axe that I am not using,
Mm-hmm.
and I could possibly see about getting the blade in to try to pry it, possibly.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
Got you. Okay. All right, dude. Come on. That is a 16 in total.
So you
Switching on
put the
die.
blade of your axe in to this door, and you use your strength to try and pry it open. Is Lord of Edge still near the doors, like listening for anything?
Probably.
Okay. You can hear like grinding, like she sounds like she's gonna break something if she keeps going. Like whatever mechanism that's keeping this door closed, like she's able to apply enough strength to it that its gears are grinding against.
I believe
itself.
you're about to break something. Char, keep going.
You want me to break it?
Well, if you're trying, you were just trying to break in. You were using your weapon as an actual crowbar. I
those
assumed that we had.
Who are not trying to open the door, give me a passive perception.
A passive perception?
Sorry.
perception.
Perception. Sorry, not passive. I was thinking passive investigation for some reason.
Oh, man. Bad ones.
I got a 14.
So Terry was talking about like how the doors open and maybe the sand, seeing like how the sand was pushed away or anything like that. You notice like under Char's feet as she's bracing herself to open this door, it looks like there's writing under her feet.
Welcome.
Hey, Char, could you start kind of like kicking your feet a little bit? I think you might be on something.
Well, she's like got her axe. She's like, I guess I'll leave this here. It's
I'm not entirely sure it will come out anymore.
It if I yank it hard enough, it might. And she'll start like dusting everything away with like her feet from where it was pointed out. She's possibly standing on something.
What language does everybody speak?
Common,
Elvish.
orc.
Common, Elvish, and Primordial.
Common, halfling, and thieves can't, if you consider that a language.
Okay. So I thought you spoke Primordial. So in Primordial, you see below your feet words that say, "As we grow beneath the earth, in the ground we make birth. Our knowledge
Oh.
spans from dusk till dawn, using the smallest pieces as our pawn. To be our foe is your end, or bend the knee to be our friend."
I'm gonna try to get my axe out of the wall as soon as I read it. I'm like,
Yeah.
and kind of tell the rest of them pretty much what it says, and kind of like step back, put my axe back on my back, and drop to a knee. Drop onto a knee.
Roll me a D100.
Oh Jesus.
See how good your odds are here.
Uh-oh.
That is 50 on 51 total my percentile.
Yeah. You kneel. You don't see anything happen.
Guys, kneel. Yeah, knees, ground. See if it opens.
What,
This is
does
What?
it say?
You
well,
She told you.
yeah, So you
As we
think
grow beneath the earth, in the ground we make birth. Our knowledge spans from dusk till dawn, using the smallest pieces as our pawn. To be our foe is your end, or bend the knee to be our friend.
so? I mean, I heard all of it, and I mean, should we bend both knees? I'll just.
it says a knee.
It says bend the knee.
Bend the knee.
Is there a specific place we got to do that? Just right now? All right.
Well,
Everybody roll me 1d100s and let's see where you put your
Yeah.
You want me to reroll?
knees. Or you can do an investigation check to see if you can figure out where it is you need to put your knee.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay. You got a 100?
Yeah.
Nice.
27.
I got a
47.
92.
Okay, so Osire and Terry just are on top of each other all the time. And they just happen to put their knees down on a pressure plate.
Oh.
That
There you go.
then you can hear the doors, the whirring and mechanical nature of them, and they do open outward towards you. And the doors are open.
You take me literal. It's primordial. They usually mean what they say.
The other king also wanted us to bend a knee.
Did we bend the knee to the wrong people?
I hope not.
I swear fealty to myself.
You
So,
can put that on me because I'm the
The
one that
door
read it.
opens, and Lord of Edge, you can kind of hear like a ticking noise as the doors are fully open. So it says the doors open into a dark hallway.
A dull carway.
I would like to
Carway.
leave something in my shovel, whatever's I have on me, on the pressure plate. Because I'm real worried the doors are going to do with this thing.
There's rocks around, so you can
Yeah.
probably get a sizable rock and not have to leave any.
Yeah, I
equipment
just don't
behind.
want to, get stuck in here.
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. And it's like continuing to tick.
Okay.
So if you venture further in, you can see that it is carved. It is not a natural formation of stone going through into this wall. There are places for torches, but none of them are lit. And then this hall is not very long. You can see the end of the hall, and there's a green light kind of bouncing off the walls.
Spooky.
In a
Mm-hmm.
And it almost seems like there is something shining that is making the light bounce around. And as you go into this room, it opens up into almost a alien yet spectacular, large room. You can kind of see where you walk into. Before you, there is a pool that the light is bouncing off of, and that's kind of giving you this moving light bouncing off the walls. There are you can kind of get a glimpse of the different motifs in the statues and columns around the doors, that they are rope tentacle like in nature, very organic looking, and there are steps kind of on either side that go up to this pool that the green light is bouncing off of, and you can see columns of a liquid kind of in these glass tubes behind it.
Guys, we found the Yerks.
You said that there are unlit torches around, right?
Yeah, there are some unlit torches, and there is light in here, but there are no lit torches.
Okay.
But there are like I don't know if there are still sconces if they have torches in them, but there are those on the walls.
Okay. I'll go around to some of them and just kind of light them with produce flame.
Okay, so you got definitely a lot more light here.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of organic twisting tentacle-like motifs all throughout this room. You see stacks of books. You see where there were more doors that have kind of collapsed. It seems like this is in disrepair. You see holes here and there in the walls. It's, other than the water, it's probably the most humid it's been for you in all this travel. So it's almost like it feels a little sticky, a little uncomfortable, but it's cool in here because you are essentially several feet underground.
What if Edge will go, like, catch somebody's eye just so they can see that he's doing it and he's not, off recording. He'll take one of the books off the shelf and take a deep breath and open it up and look at what the page is.
So they're not on a shelf. They're kind of like stacked and kind of scattered around.
Well, that's just untidy, but sure.
Yeah. Perhaps this room in particular wasn't meant to house books, but where else were they going to put them? So the one in particular that you pick up is kind of like one you might find in the library. It's kind of almost like a history book, an old world history book. It's talking about the different places and presidents, and like each little chapter in the book is about a different piece of history from the old world. It's almost it's one that's pretty common that you can find. It's just kind of like a dull history, general history.
Is there any writing on the floor or walls or any kind of like carved?
Give me an investigation.
Okay, I guess this is my nat 20 die because I just got another nat 20 with a +0. I don't know what's happening.
It sounds like cheating. That's what happened.
It's not. I swear. I grabbed one of them and I was like, all right, cool.
It's
That's
fine.
just one.
You look around. You do notice remains You don't necessarily notice writing. You do notice odd humanoid, but like they're missing part of the part that makes them humanoid, like their mouth region
jaw.
seems. They have an odd large jaw, like it almost looks like there's a hole where their teeth should be. Like it just, and their jaw is like dislocated, like in the middle. It's humanoid, it's just not human.
Yeah.
Do they look like
Or
the things from my vision?
Organizing.
Oh, the
Or, I don't know if I can tell.
Give me a nature check.
That's a 2 plus my modifier. So
Which
2.
You think for a second, I was like, oh, this is weird. There's a lot of like tentacle stuff here. And then you look at this thing and you're like, oh man, somebody fucked up his face. Like,
Yeah, I've seen training sword accidents that.
yeah. Anybody else looking around?
I mean, I'm just excited the fact that like when I put my knees down or a knee down that the thing opened up. So I'm still just kind of like, I'm just like, Tara, we did the thing, yo. Hey, it was us.
that's great.
Is there anything in the pool? Or like in the liquid?
Would you like to go look?
Oh god.
Yeah.
I hate how excited you were.
Yeah, I
like how excited you were. But yes.
Was it anybody looking at the pool while investigation checks were happening?
I want to look at the pool. I almost wanted to just like kind of dip in the pool. Yeah, I wanted to just kind of like not even think about it.
Give me what? So your passive is 12.
Yes.
Okay, this is pretty big for you to miss. So you like are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna jump in the pool. This is nice. I've been stuck in the desert for several days. I haven't had a bath.
Right.
And then you kind of get to eye level with the pool, and then at a point in which you're kind of looking down at it, and you see a very large brain.
Oh no, not a brain.
In the pool.
God. Am I like going to like I'm already in that motion to like kind of jump in the pool at least?
No. You're like walking up, kind of like doing your little happy dance, and then you realize that there is a large, fleshy pink brain.
You're like, I'm gonna get this. Oh, never mind. Oh god. Oh god.
Dang, there's a brain in here.
There's a what?
Osire gets closer to this thing. Everybody, you hear a voice in your head.
Oh no! Not like the
but my hat.
Yeah, right. What the hat?
Mm-hmm. Char, you took yours off.
I did.
Anybody else take theirs off?
I didn't.
Oh no!
I have faith in Bartholomew.
Yeah,
Stuck it in my hat.
Yeah, I just now I do have the little things though.
You hear a voice in your head.
God damn it!
Yeah.
And it says, "Why have you come to this place?"
She's just gonna go automatically like crouch down. Like,
I'm still just looking at the brain, just like, yo, this is gross, yo.
Who said that?
Have you come to slay us? Use us? Who? Steal from us?
Wait, who are you? She's like gonna start reverting to speaking in primordial. Like, who are you? Why are you in my head?
Char, what is wrong with you? Are you hearing something?
What's going on over there?
Someone's speaking.
Did you get into the red moss already?
Just take your hat off?
I did take my hat off.
Oh, God.
Or put it back on.
I'm curious about this. Hold on. Who are you? I'm just kind of waiting for it to respond.
Am the elder.
The elder?
The elder.
The elder.
Elder of what?
Did you take off your hat?
I
You
didn't.
you can only hear it if your hat is off.
Dang, I thought she was repeating stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Sorry, she was. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So I was going the elder.
Yeah, I'm like, the elder.
Crazy. Just going a little crazy here.
Why? Why would you invade my hollow place?
Well, that she's just kind of like staring for a second. Well, we were in search of possible locations for these sinkholes that have been happening recently.
Why would that lead you here?
Well, this area, we were suspecting another sinkhole to appear. The pattern was kind of leading here. For us, it was showing a symbol.
Osire, you can now see that this thing on its own has appendages, and it seems to be moving in the water as she is talking about sinkholes, and it looks like they're coming here. And Char, you hear, then you have led them to us.
What? No,
Hey, y'all. Hey, this thing is moving in the water, by the way.
Is it the? Are you the brain?
Oh, Sire, are you going to kill that thing, or what are we doing with it?
I mean, you know what? I've seen a lot of sticky things in my days, and we all know about that. I don't want it to touch me, so I'm gonna leave it be. I think I might just kind of back up a little bit.
Do you think it'll be all right if we leave it here?
I mean, we should probably do something with it, but also, who's gonna do something?
Honestly, the most shocking thing to me is that this hat is doing anything.
Is this thing reading the books? Why won't it?
Yeah.
Can it speak? Do you think if it can read?
Can it bring one of its like arms out here and just shake my hand just to make sure we're straight?
Guys,
You're the one talking to it.
Yes.
I am the one talking to it, but it is saying that we brought we didn't. She just kind of like goes back to talking to it. She's like, we didn't lead them here. We came from the opposite direction.
Are you saying we were being led to die? I'm not about this.
No.
Not what's
It's
going on.
the sinkholes. It's sitting there saying, well, you brought it here. It's saying it's the elder of the
I gotta be honest, the way you're speaking kind of sounds like you're mocking it. If it can hear you right now, I think you probably make a better
I'm
tone.
trying to
Pretty
mimic
sure.
its voice so you understand the tone that it was giving.
Is that why it's moving like it is? It looks like
Probably.
it's angry.
Maybe it's getting
I
mad
might be
because you
angry.
keep
Don't
mocking
be-
it. I don't know if
I'm
that's...
not. I'm about to go over and rip off one of your hats.
Please don't. I actually feel like this is working, and if you're the medium between us and that, by all means, handle your business.
Fine. All right.
I don't see any legs on this thing, so I'm just gonna back up a little bit. I don't think we should stand this close.
What's the worst that can happen? You know,
I mean, it might pull you into the pool. You see all the slimy tendrils. You want to get touched by that?
I really don't. You know, I hate tentacles.
As this is happening, Char, it's continuing to speak to you, and it's like, "You are fools to come here. Why would you invade my home? I live here in peace."
Well, we were curious. I saw that the writing outside was primordial. We're adventurers. We're curious. How long do you think you've been here?
Been here?
Yes.
Primordial is the language of the ancient. I have been here for centuries, and before that, I was here for a millennia. For many millennia.
Very, very.
My kind came before yours, before any of you.
Before. So you're the giant brain in the pool.
Of course.
Okay. Your kind. What is your kind?
We are known as the Ancient Ones. We are known as the Elder. We are known as Illithid.
Illithid.
Are you okay? Good, tight. Bless you.
No. This is a very, very ancient being. Its species is called the Illithid, or the Elders, or the Ancient Ones. Perhaps. What was one of the names? Say one of the names that we were given for the possible old gods.
Katana Thrower. Did you tell it we knocked? Because
we did knock. I will say we did not.
Also tell her that me and Terry, we kneeled and opened the door.
We all kneeled. It's just you guys found the pressure plate.
Also,
Illithid or Ancient Ones ring any bells for any of us? Or
Give me a history check.
Yeah, I'm also going to do that because
I might as well.
That's a 18.
I got an 8, so no.
Okay.
Also, if Illithid or any of the gang wants a red moss, just let us know. I mean, it's a big brain. It's got to do something. It's got to do something if we pour some red moss in this water.
Seems like you've been kind of bored here. You won't get
11. 11.
I feel like only Char knows to treat this creature with respect right now, since we can't actually hear it, and all we see is like some aquatic brain tendril thing flopping around in a tank.
That's the most messed up ale I've ever seen.
What did Terry roll?
A 3.
Okay, so it's good that the Lord of Edge remembers this, because not that it was in your dream. I don't believe I said it, but you know the name Illithid, and you connect it with your dream as the things that your people were fighting.
Oh.
Yeah, well, so when she says Illithid, like, it's an immediate, like, oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. He takes both swords off immediately.
And I just kind of look at Lord Edge like, what's going on, man? We're all friends here. I'm about to give this thing red moss.
Do you remember the thing we saw eating my people?
Yeah, what?
He points to the thing at the wall now that he's figured it out. Char, put your hat on.
Hold on. Let me ask one of the names.
This is the ancient enemy of my people.
I know, but let me. So one of the name was what?
Katana
Thoa, and she will say Katana Thoa. See if it recognizes. Do you recognize that name?
Of course, I recognize that name. It is a hated name. They all are. They invaded our world. This was ours. All of it was ours.
What is your name?
I cannot remember anymore. They just called me the Elder One.
The Elder One. So you hate Katana Thoa, and
I hate them all.
Them all.
They do not belong here.
Okay. Are they? From what we know, they are considered like ancient gods, technically. Obviously,
gods.
You hated them, so what you wouldn't consider them a god at any point.
Perhaps they. Perhaps your simple minds would understand them as such beings, but they live and breathe and die just the same.
All right. Have you heard of one being called the Yellow King by any chance?
Yes. It is just one of several that came to this place looking to dominate us.
Looking to dominate. All right. Does it have a name? Perchance?
The Yellow King.
The Yellow King. Yes, an actual name, not a title.
That is what he refers to himself as.
Oh, that's a self-proclaimed title. Good to know.
Can I be holding back the Lord of the Edge the whole time? Like, hey, listen, man, you don't have to do this. Like, we're friends here. I'm pretty sure we're friends here.
I would suggest that your friend put his weapons down.
He's asking you to. It is asking you to put your weapons down, Edge. Your
It on my
people-
back because I'll put
Okay.
it down.
Yeah, well, Edge, what are your people called? I don't know.
The Shadar Kai.
The Shadow Kai. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
Okay, it does.
We were unfortunately pit against each other for
Pit-
territory. They're also an ancient race in which we had to, I suppose, use for our own benefit. We were
Oh.
all forced underground. And unfortunately, there's not that much room here.
Right. Well,
Is it? It's literally it's water that this brain's sitting in, right?
Mhm.
It's not some other substance that would like be harmful to the taste or anything like that, right?
oh God.
You want to do a nature arcane check?
I kind of do, just to see if I like, because I want to drink the stuff, just to see,
I want to
see if I like
drink
get
the brain
like,
juice.
a power or something like that.
Drink the brain juice.
Would it be Arcana or Nature or both?
Either one.
Let's do
Whichever one you're
let's
better
do
at.
Let's do neither one, honestly. Let's try this with Arcana. Hey, a 16.
You know it's not magical, but it does seem to have other things in it besides water. You're not sure how to properly preserve a brain, but you know that the body has a lot of stuff in it that is necessary for life. So perhaps this body of fluid has some of that stuff in it.
I want to be very playful and get like a cup full in my hand and splash Terry with some of this fluid, just to see how he freaks out.
It has electrolytes. It's what brains crave.
Yeah.
It's kind of thick.
So it's
So
like
it's
slime.
not. Yeah, it's a little slimy.
Brain goo.
Give
It makes
me
it better.
what's Terry's AC? Can he even hit you?
It's 16.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's, I
Give
feel
me
like
a roll.
he probably has advantage on it if like I'm standing next to him, roughly,
Yeah.
right? And then he like, I see him looking at it, so I just think he's examining it. I have no idea. I'm about to get gooed. So
This is the weirdest Nickelodeon episode.
So can I just do that? Well, or
Yeah.
you want to roll?
Roll. Yeah.
Yeah, see if you can hit
Yeah.
Terry's AC. But
Let's see. Let's try this, please.
Trying to get answers and they're playing with the brain.
well, Terry
goo.
gave you advantage, so
Oh
Roll
crap!
again.
Okay, cool. Hell yeah.
He just got more into it. Like, hell yeah, let's
Like, I
do
got
this.
advantage.
I would say it just happens, but I took the alert fee and I can't be surprised when I'm conscious. So I have a feeling like I'm always on edge now.
been hanging out with the Lord too much.
Give me that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell
Okay.
yeah. And it's not even doing the thing. An 11. No, that doesn't fucking do anything.
Yeah. So Char, you can hear in your head, I grow impatient.
We're just doing shenanigans at this point in time. Like we're just pissing
And
the thing
your
off.
questions.
Would you like? I mean, I can offer you information. I don't know if there's anything I have. You're in my head, so I don't know if there's any information worthwhile.
All information is worthwhile. And if you are willingly offering information, then
A bit of a trade.
I will not. Sorry. He says, I will not hold back my family.
Ooh.
I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Wait,
Shit.
hold on.
Wait a minute. Oh, dang. And I was
I didn't
right.
agree to that. I was going to offer a trade. I will tell you stuff.
The rest of you see that what has followed behind you in these doors are two creatures that you might recognize from the dream you all shared,
Oh, not more of those.
where the bottom half of their face is just a fairly active mass of tentacles. And you have seen how they use them.
I thought we were having a nice conversation. Oh, that's cocked.
Dang it.
And you're ruining it.
I have a 15. And I was about to take off of my hat and everything. Like I was
got
going to
a
actually
19.
say something. I got a 15.
Listen, sometimes your racist elders are right, apparently.
I got a 7.
The weird tentacle mouth creatures are not to be trusted.
Yeah.
So Char got a 7. Lord of Edge, what'd you get?
19.
Hey, sir.
Okay. And Osire?
I got a 15.
Terry?
29.
There we go.
How did you...
Cheater.
I have the alert feat. It gives me a +5. My dexterity is already +5. I have +10 initiative. I rolled a 19.
Cheater.
Okie dokie, guys. So you have an elder brain in front of you, and you have 2 illithid mind flayers behind you.
I hate this.
Terry, you're up.
You said that there's a... We're right next to the scary brain thing, right?
Yep.
I just attack it immediately.
Okay.
Does Osire still count as next to me for the purposes of sneak attack?
Sure.
Okay. Nice. All right. So well, I'm glad I had advantage. So that would be 14 plus 7. 21. Does 21 hit?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Let me get all these dice out here. All right. So I do a total of 9 damage with my first dagger attack, and I have 2 weapon fighting, so I'm gonna swing around with my other dagger too.
Okay.
And the total for that attack would only be 13. Does a 13 hit?
Yep.
Oh, okay, nice. And the total for that attack would be not 9 for the first one, 14. I forgot to add my dexterity bonus. And then for the second attack, it would be 6 damage. It's also my dexterity bonus.
So, sorry, how much damage did you do the first time?
9 plus 5 is 14, and then the next one was 6 together, so 20 damage altogether.
You're right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lord of Edge, it is your turn.
I'm going to go after the 2 tentacle creatures. I'm going to make a slash at the first one with my greatsword.
Okay.
But a 23 does it.
Yep, 23 hits.
I will stunning strike it.
Okay.
Cool. Nice.
It's a DC 14 Constitution check. Or saving throw, rather.
Well, I actually have something stuck to my... Here, I'll use this one. You said Constitution?
Yes.
Okay, that was just an 12.
Cool. He is stunned
Okay.
until the end of my next turn.
Jesus Christ.
So I will turn around and slap the other one with my greatsword to try to stun it as well.
Okie dokie.
Stunned for... You're only the second person in initiative. What a way to jack him up.
That is 24 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
and I will burn another key point to try to stun it.
Mhm.
So it needs a dex.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I got to roll damage for him. But
That one passes
all right.
with an 18.
Lord of Edge is freaking hell a bit, so I'm gonna dump some good stuff on this one. I will burn a flurry of blows, and I will punch him real good, hopefully.
What was the damage for the first attack?
Yeah, let me go ahead and take care of that. That is
So many dice.
yeah, that I know it took a long time to get that rail, but it worked out real good. That is, hold on, I need a D4. Oh, I don't have one out. Ooh, it's a 4. 14 damage for the one strike.
Okay.
And then I will try to punch the one that's not stunned.
So
Probably
you
not gonna
just
do it. 11.
nail one of them in the diaphragm and then
To hit?
Yeah.
smack.
That is not hit, no.
All right, I still got a second one though. 12.
That does not hit. Sorry.
Close.
That's what I got.
You're blinded by rage.
Yep.
Okay, so then it is Brain's turn.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's not gonna be happy with me for stuff.
No, I know it's
Get
not.
out of my head.
Yeah. Terry.
Yep.
Terry.
Yep.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't
Don't
slap me in
get-
the face. As long as I don't get hit in the face
don't
with a
get
tentacle,
got.
I think I'm fine.
It
Don't
is
give it
going
ideas.
to
Right.
Try. Oh, sorry. You are all very close to the brain, are you not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need everybody to make a DC 18 intelligence saving throw.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm
Oh,
looking
that's
down
no
at my
good.
+0 and I am
11. Brain blast.
Oh
11.
god. 8.
6. Yeah. Combat comes around, it's like, no.
All right, Terry.
10.
Oh, no. You guys. How much HP do you all have?
I have 55
33.
HP.
Okay.
All right. I don't need you to pull punches for my mistakes. All right. My HP is my HP.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to roll to see if I can't lower this number for you guys a little bit.
Oh my god.
You trying to kill us all?
Just trying to have a good conversation with a giant
Ew.
brain, you
Oh,
know?
okay, that's not bad. So
How
that's
could this happen to
7,
me?
9, 11, 16. So I was rolling kind of low. Yeah, 16, 18. Oh, where was it? 18 plus 5. So
Good.
23 damage.
Oh,
For everybody?
Yes.
Holy shnikey.
23? You sure?
Yeah.
Oof.
I'm okay. I'm fine. Uh-huh. Oh.
Ow.
Is that wait? How far away do you have to be safe from that?
60 feet.
60 feet. How far away were the mind flayers? Does
It's creatures of the Elder Brain's choice within 60 feet of it must succeed a DC 18 intelligence saving throw or take 32 5d10 plus 5 psychic damage and be stunned.
Ah!
oh no, I'm stunned too. Jesus.
Are we?
Yeah.
Are we all? We're all stunned.
Yes.
You kidding me?
Terry,
Sheesh.
Mm-hmm.
you hear a voice.
I don't like that. Even through my aluminum shield.
Did you bring your radio with you, perchance?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
because it's coming out of your radio.
Oh, okay. All
Good,
right.
good.
Terry, I can help you.
Please, Terry. Don't even
I'm
let my
stunned,
turn.
so I guess I'm like drooling out of my mouth right now. Yeah. Help, please. Please help.
Says, I would love to.
Just a fucking mimic.
He's like, yeah.
Gil's there.
Yeah.
Suffer less.
But I will offer you a small gift. Terry, everybody will see this. You are not stunned. You stand up. And starting from your fingertips, you start to lose the sensation. It starts to tingle as if it's going to sleep. You start to feel this tingling sensation start from your fingertips, going all the way down your hand and your arm. And the rest of you kind of see Terry look ill. Like he doesn't look good. Like he just gets sickly looking all of a sudden, and pretty much it stops at your shoulder and your arm is tingling and numb, and a force in which you cannot control comes out of your hand essentially, and all of you see this pool of light and darkness, almost as if it's water with black abyss and light beneath it. And you see this creature step out of it.
What?
Wait, where does the pool come from?
It's vertical, like it is up. It is like a doorway, like an arcane doorway of such, and it appears it appears near the illithids, we'll say. And you see this creature step out. If you were to just look at a silhouette of it, it might look like a really fat, short tree. It has a mass of writhing tentacles for the upper part of its body, and the lower part of its body has hooved 3 legs. And between these 3 legs, you see a mouth that is dripping with green, slimy grossness.
Okay.
What is this?
I'm uncomfortable.
Let me open my book. And it is going to assert itself into the initiative with Terry.
That's good. That's an early initiative.
Yeah. Osire, is there anything you want to do?
I'm confused.
You're all
sorry,
stunned.
A
doesn't
lot
know. I'm
is going
stunned.
on
I mean,
right
I'm
now.
stunned, so I can't really do
Yeah.
anything.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. So you do get a chance to break it.
Okay. But even still, like I'm probably crying at this point in time for sure, because of what's happened, and what I'm looking at and everything. So like, I want to crawl. Is there a safe place anywhere? Like Osiris been beaten.
There's like piles of rocks, but you're stunned.
Yeah, right. I can't do anything right there. I'm just gonna keep trying to save myself and keep rolling. How about that? Let's see what happens with that. What do I have to roll to even get out of this?
18.
Damn,
That's pretty goddamn high.
that's pretty. Okay, let's try it.
D20s.
Let's fucking try. Please, 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 no whammies. No, 15. He's laying
Aw, that was close.
there.
A 15 would have got me. I actually have proficiency in
See?
it. Saving throws.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right, Char.
What the fuck? I was trying to have a good conversation. She just mentally just like, I can't believe this. I was trying to make a nice deal. Okay, she's gonna make the save, trying to make the save again. That's a 12. It's not gonna break it. Oh no.
So one of the Illithids is stunned. He cannot do anything, I don't believe. Let me go to the other book.
Oh, God.
You gotta go
Keep pulling
between
out
books.
these books.
No. Okay.
This is the most awkward fight ever since no one's moving. Almost
Yeah.
everyone's done.
So then the other Illithid looks to be wanting to attack the creature that has just appeared right next to it. So
Please
they
do, avoid
are
us.
engaged
Aw.
in battle.
Oh.
Wow.
So it does not try to attack any of you guys. Their tentacles are just slapping each other.
Get away from me.
Terry,
Mhm.
it's your turn.
It's my turn. So one of my hands has gone numb, and I've gotten sickly.
So now that the magic has happened, the portal is open. You start to get the feeling back in your hand. But the rest of you might not feel all that great. Like maybe your blood sugar's a little bit low. You need to eat something. The rest of everybody kind of sees this ill effect that this magic has had on you.
Okay, interesting. And so the voice said, like, it would be my pleasure. Here's a gift. And I feel a little sickly. My arm goes numb, and then a giant glowing light portal opens up, and then this crazy writhing mass of tentacles upon three-legged hoofs just comes out of it and starts wailing on another Lithid. Okay, but not near me though. It's near Matthew.
Yeah.
Or sorry, near Lord of Edge. Okay. All right. I don't suppose I can actually leave Osire since he's right next to the nasty brain thing. So
done.
I guess I'm going to have to. I'm gonna have to attack. I need this thing to lose its control over
Are you
Osire.
stunned?
Oh, am I stunned?
No, you're not.
Oh.
No.
Trying to pull a fast one on him.
Your friend broke your stun for you.
Okay,
It
nice.
needed your
good
body.
friend.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
When it was using my body, it passed its saving throw. All right. Well, I'm gonna do my best to stab it with I guess for not I don't know for meta reasons I want to use both. I want to use both my arms, but I don't feel like I should be able to use both my arms because one of them just went numb a second ago. So I'll
But
use my good arm.
You're starting to get the blood flow back into it.
Pins and needles.
Yeah, pins and needles.
Pins and needles.
All right.
Worse. Make it go numb again.
A nat 20 actually.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god! Good timing for a nat 20.
Cheaters.
Saving
everywhere
a
in this
friend.
group.
Do what? Hold on, she can see my screen. It really is a nat 20.
Yeah, I can see.
All right, let me do that, and then where's the other D for it? Proving a dagger.
There.
Okay, so 21 damage for my dagger strike.
Nice.
Low rolls, unfortunately. And can I attack with my offhand, or do I?
Yeah, you can attack with your offhand. You're not at any sort of disadvantage there. It's just a description.
Okay, all right. Then I'll attack again too. I only get one of those. Hold on, I need to clear that. Oh no, I'm using virtual roller here. Oh, the next one isn't going to hit, probably. That's an 11.
No, it hits.
Oh, well, I guess things.
This thing doesn't wear armor.
Okay.
You're hitting the brain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't wear armor.
And for the second attack, that's 9 damage. Oh, did I have my modifier for the first attack? What did I tell you was damage for the first attack?
For 21.
Okay, yeah, no, I did.
What was the second attack?
The second attack was 9.
Okay.
So 30.
So 30. Nice.
Yeah, together.
Okie dokie. Lord Edge.
I am stunned, and I will try to be not stunned.
I'm going to do it.
That's going to be difficult.
Rolled a 16. I'm still stunned.
18 is a high number.
Yeah. Sorry, Lord Edge. It's Breen's turn. Let's see. What does the brain do? It is going to... Sorry. It is going to try to attack Terry
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
with a tentacle.
Oh, no.
Whatever it is, I'm about to cast shield. That's my reaction.
So that brings your AC up to 21.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because he got a 14.
Oh, 14 would have missed anyway.
Right. All right.
Tight.
Got that. Okay. Osire.
Let's see if I can get up. I am making a lot of noise. I'm whimpering. I'm like screaming at this point in time because there's just it's never ending for me, and the stunning and me getting licked in the face or something along those lines. But my shoulder's okay. If anything else right now, the
Shoulder's fine.
shoulder's fine. 14. It's literally one less than the last one. I'm gonna be stunned for a while, guys.
Char.
All right. Yeah. That's a natural one. So yeah, no, I'm gonna be stunned for a bit. Okay. Yeah.
Okie dokie. Terry.
Going in jail.
Oh, my God. It's my turn now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How many servings of red moss would you say were inside that jar?
Several.
And this thing receives nutrients through the giant pool.
Yeah.
I'm going to break the jar open inside of his
Yes.
Yes, finally.
Yes.
Somebody did it.
his pool. That's what I want to do. I want to break the jar open inside the pool as my action.
All right. Let's see. Because this brain does not have a choice.
Yeah.
So I take the jar out of the bag, and where it looks like I'm about to stab into the jar, I instead just like take the pommel and I like punch into it, as all the red moss goes flying above it.
Please don't become invincible, brain.
Yeah. Greg, give me a D100 roll since
All
you're
right.
the one doing this.
Just one.
Yeah.
All right.
Last time I gave you guys advantage to get the less severe.
15.
Ooh, that's pretty low. So that might be good.
Oh my God! No, what does it do? What does it do?
Roll again. I don't want you guys to die.
Oh.
Oh,
A
no.
12.
Okay.
I hope that's in the same range. It's like
Roll a D10.
roll a d10.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm rolling a d10. It got a 2.
So the height changes by the number of inches equal to the roll. But I'll say that you put enough doses in that this will happen like each round. Like a different magical effect will happen each round.
Oh, I was hoping they'd all happen in one
Okay.
round, but all right, that'll work. I
Yeah.
guess
So this round it grew 2 inches.
it grew 2 inches.
Yeah.
Oh, that's spooky. I don't like
It got
that.
smarter now.
Yeah. So let's see. Terry, okay, the young one. You see it fighting with the illithid. It is able to do. Okay. So I need this illithid to make a saving throw. Okay. So you see this illithid, like, in a way, he is, he's affected by the, dark one, it seems mentally, not only physically. Just being around this thing is taking a toll on it. It is frightened of it. So the other illithid is going to try, and what's the DC for the stun?
Me?
Yeah.
He's just unstunned because it
Oh, it was the end
ended my
of
turn.
your turn.
He comes
Okay,
back.
okay.
So he's
It is going
unstunned.
to try and help its friend who does not seem to be winning against this dark one. Young one, sorry. So those two are occupied. So then Osire.
No more whammies. No more whammies. No more whammies. No more whammies. I can't do anything. I can't even crawl. Like to safety. All right.
Like, yeah. You've been stupefied.
I've been stupefied. You know what? This makes perfect sense for a Osiris turn, if anything, for a battle at this point in time. Just nothingness.
Stunned.
You're not going to believe me, but I got a 13 this time.
Oh no!
Literally
I
going
thought you were gonna like
in the
crit or something.
Getting dumber.
direction. It's 15, 14, and 13.
That's
Gotcha. Char.
the bad guy has been punished, so hope. That's a 15. That's the highest I've rolled for this.
Plus anything?
No,
Okay.
no. I have a +0. Nothing.
Lord of Edge. You see as you're stunned in place, and your vision is hazy from the low light and this pitch black creature that you can barely tell any details is fighting your ancient enemy. You hear the familiar battle cry of Genus Glory.
Thank God.
As he runs into the fight,
Oh, brilliant.
and he takes his enormous hammer axe thing.
Is
He
it a
takes
claw
his-
hammer or?
Yeah, it takes his enormous claw hammer. Yeah. And he strikes out at these illithid creatures. So you have another friend or two in your group. So let me add them to here. Tamara and the cat.
The cat is the most important helper.
Yes.
It is the most powerful.
It'll be the one that saves us all.
Terry, are you you're not stunned. So what are you gonna do?
What am I going to do? Is it the top of the initiative order again?
Yep.
Oh, well, I guess I'm sort of curious what's going to happen with the moss that I threw into the pit this turn. And
Okay. I'll roll the D100 this time.
Okay.
Plus D6.
Oh, where's my other? Oh, there it is. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay.
But I'll at least make one attack while you're... Oh, did you find it?
Go ahead and make your attack.
All right, I'll make one attack for it already. So I'm assuming 26 hits because
Yes.
11 or something hit before.
Its AC is 10.
Okay.
Nice.
So let me roll the damages. I strike out at it angrily for 20 damage for the first strike. And then for my second... Do I want to do a second strike or do I want to like I can't disengage because Osire's still here. I guess I will actually just hit it again. That's the only thing I can do right now. I can.
You're doing a good job.
Oh,
It's never
good.
a bad idea.
Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes it's a bad. Okay. Well, that one's gonna hit then if his AC's 10. So I do a classic stabby rip stab. And the second hit's never is energetic as the first. So that's 6 damage for the second strike. Sorry, 7 damage for the second strike.
Did you double your damage when you did a crit?
Yeah, I just rolled low that time I crit.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunate. Next time I'll just do double dice instead of X2 in it.
Okie dokie. Lord of Edge.
I would try to get unstunned again. That is a 19.
Yay!
You did it.
You did it! Yay!
Seeing your master run into battle.
Fills me with.
Yeah, you could not be seen lying on your back in the middle of a fight. It's such a vulnerable position. Yep.
I finished the strike I started 30 minutes ago, it feels like.
You were just lagging. That's all it was. You just lagged behind a couple seconds.
Yep. That is the end of your turn, unfortunately. Then it's Brain's turn.
Jeez.
Which, Terry, you go to look at the brain and it's gone after you hit it.
What?
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 You hit it and then just snap. It disappeared.
Oh, God dang it.
Did it
That's,
become
that's
invisible?
never good. That's never good.
I don't know if that's its thing or if it's the moss thing. I don't...
It's probably boss.
But lucky for you, it's just going to try and hit you again.
Oh.
So it turns invisible and then it lashes back out at you, and it's invisible. It's visible again.
Oh, what a jerk. Okay.
I think the moss made this worse.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have went with no moss.
No.
No moss, please.
I hate that.
Okay, that's a 9. That's not going to hit.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So then we've got Osire. Osire.
If it's a 12, I'm throwing my life.
Oh.
When the
make
cat,
a couple prayers.
I mean,
when Bet comes into battle,
yeah, like if the
she
cat
goes right for you,
does it lick me at least? Like,
and it paws your face with its claws out just slightly enough, not
just
to
kinda
like scratch you, but so you can feel its claws.
let's see what happens.
Good
Give me a
voice work,
picture.
someone.
Kitty cat in the background.
Oh yeah.
It pawed my computer, froze it.
Oh no!
No, it froze my computer.
Your computer's stunned.
Do you
Oh.
do you want me to roll for you?
Yes. Roll. Okay. Yeah. Roll for me. That'll work.
I've been rolling low sometimes. I don't think this is a great idea. We're
Roll
gonna do it
good.
anyways.
We're gonna do it.
Do it for do it.
It was a
Outside.
13.
Oh, good thing the cat gave you advantage.
Yeah.
You really want him
Well,
unstunned.
I don't know. Oh, that was a 14.
We're going up.
We're going up.
We're going up. Is this working now? Oh, it's working now. Okay. Cool. Right. Cool.
Char.
Please. That's cocked. Jesus.
Cat's trying
That's
to
an
help.
11. That's an 11.
You guys.
Yeah. Where are my nat 20s? I
Yeah.
wonder where they went.
Man checks are real rough.
So you see Genus battling with these illithids, and he is making calamari out of them pretty quickly.
Nice.
He is able to get through their AC and their hit points quickly. He is trying to stay clear of the black thing that's also attacking them. He's not quite sure what it is. And it's just kind of moving around out of its way. And then you see Tamara using her turn, and you see her open a book, start reading from the book. And you can hear, or at least Char can hear, because it made a psychic link with you. It kind of in calling out in pain in
Such a right bastard.
yeah. And those of you that are standing able to see it, you're able to see it kind of writhing in the pool of water as it is taking some sort of damage from this spell that Tamara is casting on it.
Nice.
So then we have the cat. The cat is still sitting next to Osire, kind of like pawing at his face with the little scratches. Little
How sad is
scratches.
that?
Yeah.
How sad is that?
Is it shitting on his shoulder, though?
But the cat is giving you advantage on your saving throws.
Cool.
Good.
And then Terry.
It's still my go?
Yep.
All right. Geez. I'll keep doing the rip and tear as usual. Is there any more red moss going on here? Is that going to take place after
After your turn,
Okay.
just in case.
All right. The 18 plus whatever is going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll the damage there as I plunge my dagger deep into it for a total of 16 damage for the first strike.
Nice.
And for the second strike, I get I should roll to see if I actually hit on the off chance that I don't. But I do. Okay. All right. And for the second stabby McStab, stab rip, 7 damage.
23. Got it. Nice. This thing is not looking great anymore. Okay. So we go to then the brain.
Wait, does the red boss do stuff?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
And is it the Lord of Edge's turn after Terry?
Yes, sorry, my bad. It is Lord of Edge. Let's see. Oh my gosh, okay.
Oh no.
You teleport up to 60 feet into an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see. This thing needs the water. So does it say you teleport, or are you willingly teleport? Yeah, you teleport. Okay. So the creature teleports. It doesn't teleport that far from the water, but it is not completely in the water anymore. And it seems very, very unhappy with that. So then, yes, it is Lord Edge's turn.
I will also teleport on it using my blessing of the Raven Queen. May she rest in peace.
Yeah.
To get upon him, and then, much like my good buddy Terry, I will rip and tear. So let's go with the first strike.
When the doom music hits.
Yeah, 19 to hit, which is going to hit.
Yes.
Second attack is also going to hit. I'll do a flurry of blows because screw this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a yes. And you said 10's its AC?
10.
Just hits. Cool.
Nice.
So yes, when the doom music do hit, though.
You guys aren't doing any magic to this thing, so you just give me the...
It's 45 points of damage.
Nice.
And I will pump a stunning strike into one of those just for the lulz.
Nice.
I don't know if I can stun a thing that has no body. But I will.
It's got a mass.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a DC 14 Constitution save.
Oh, that one. That's good. That one. Yeah, it's a natural 20.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you're hitting this thing, beating it. It is no longer in its beloved pool of juices, and its family is getting tore up by Genus and this dark young one. So you see the brain cast a spell, kind of like with its tentacles in its way. And they disappear. They shifted out.
Okay.
They're gone?
Yeah.
Well,
They are no longer looking like they're going to survive this fight. So they GTFO'd.
Is the dark one still here?
It is Terry.
Yeah.
You see this dark one after its foe is gone. You see that the next closest thing in its proximity is Genus Clary.
oh God.
But you have seen Genus use this weapon before on the creature within the city. Lord of Edge has seen him train with this weapon. He has never really used magic before, but you see him say a command word, and when he goes to attack this thing, he essentially banishes it.
Cool.
A tear, unlike the portal in which you created, which allowed the thing through. When he cleaves into this thing, it, instead of tearing it through its body, it almost tears through space, and the thing gets sucked up into that rip, and it closes, and it's gone. And Genus turns to you all, and he's like, "We were supposed to meet back."
Just on the floor.
In just a few seconds, you guys are able to get up as this craziness of battle, and yeah, you guys had a very interesting experience. Clawry, as you guys are kind of walking out or looking around the place further, he says he is just chewing you guys out. He's like, "You're supposed to meet back." It was investigate and meet back. What do? You go and open some door?
I take full responsibility. I'm sorry. I figured if we just went ahead and did the things, we wouldn't have to bother you or anything. So if you're going to give anybody a lashing, you can give it to me. I deserve that.
Well,
Like I take the full blame.
I'm the one that read it out and found this place. I should take some of the blame. Don't take
Right,
it
it's
all
definitely both their faults. Yep.
Oh.
That's probably true. The Lord of Edge also, he said nothing about it.
Yeah. So you guys survive. You learn some new things. You maybe might have some really heavy drugs ready in a month.
Oh no. I feel like we've got to go talk to Bartholomew about this and tell him that I guess I believe him now because apparently that's work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Keep them out. That's all it's about.
Yeah.
Keep them out.
But we will convene in 2 weeks with another episode of The Gods Are Dead. I would like to thank you all for joining us tonight, or whenever it is that you are listening to this podcast or watching our video. If you like this, you can go to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/into the dungeon, or you can just go to our website, which is inthedungeon.com, and you can find more content. We're also on Spotify, Apple Play, Google, and YouTube. But you can definitely find all that stuff on our website if you go check it out. I'd like to thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed. See you next.
Bye.